Yesterday, Kendrick Perkins dropped a bomb suggesting that a superstar might be joining the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, let's be real, it's Kendrick Perkins, so you might want to take it with a pinch of salt. But hey, the guy's got some connections in the NBA world. He's keeping the player's identity under wraps, leaving us to speculate who could it be. If we're to trust Kendrick's word, and that's a big if, one of the players available who would truly complement Anthony Davis is Trey Young. The Lakers' asset pool is quite limited, narrowing their potential targets to realistically Donovan Mitchell and Trey Young. This limitation stems from contractual considerations. Mitchell, for instance, could opt out this year, becoming a free agent. If he were to express a desire to join the Lakers, it might keep other teams from engaging in bidding wars, wary of a potential one-year rental situation. Similarly, Trey Young's contract allows for an early termination after one more year, making him a plausible target for the Lakers if he were to signal a desire to leave his current team. Reports suggesting Young's interest in joining the Lakers have circulated for some time, indicating that if anyone were to push for such a move, it could be him. I bet he'd push himself a bit. Plus, with what Kendrick Perkins mentioned about how this player could really benefit the Lakers, Trey Young seems like the most logical choice. I don't foresee a scenario like Donovan Mitchell trying to force his move to the Knicks or Damian Lillard aiming for Miami, but for Young, I can. Trey has fewer years under his belt, and if Donovan Mitchell's departure isn't welcomed, teams might hesitate with Young. But Donovan Mitchell and Trey Young have distinct styles. Trey Young thrives with high usage, dominating the ball. How many teams truly need a player like Trey? How many are willing to go all in, knowing they have a 2-year window to win a championship or lose him? It's not like Kawhi Leonard's situation with Toronto. I just don't see teams betting big on him. Even the Lakers might not be entirely sold on the idea. Sure, he boasts incredible talent and leads the league in assists. He can put up impressive numbers like 30 and 12 per night, but he's also turnover prone and a defensive liability. While his shooting is decent at 37% on 9 attempts this season, it's not outstanding. However, consider his track record. Last year with Atlanta, he shot an average of 33.5%. The preceding year, it was 38%. Quite commendable. Yet, the year before that, it dipped to 34%. His career three-point shooting average stands at 35.5%, essentially aligning with the league average. Regarding two-pointers, he's nearly at 50%, which is solid. His free throw shooting also holds up. I'm not diminishing his skills. He's an outstanding player. Pairing Trey Young, who's just 25, with Anthony Davis for the foreseeable future seems enticing, considering a potential new contract for Young. It's understandable, and it's not all just speculation. There have been reports, notably from The Athletic and Shams, suggesting the Lakers are eyeing this duo. It's a plausible scenario they're aiming for in the offseason. Personally, I'm all for it. If it comes to fruition, count me in. I'll be thrilled to see it. Now, you gotta consider both LeBron James and Anthony Davis. We'll have to wait and see how long LeBron stays with the Lakers. Personally, I doubt he's leaving in the offseason. There's been a flurry of reports lately suggesting that LeBron has expressed his commitment to the Lakers for the long haul. Plus, he's got another child that could enroll at USC in Bryce. LeBron's family desires to be in LA, and so does he. As for Bronny, there's a simple fact that some team might just take him in the second round, thinking, hey, if we grab him, LeBron might follow, and that's a jackpot. There's bound to be an owner somewhere thinking, forget the picks, let's chase the money. Maybe a team like Oklahoma City, sitting on a mountain of first round picks for the next few years, might say, oh, we've got the 27th pick this year. Why not grab Bronny and see if LeBron joins in a year or two? It's a scenario worth considering, I guess. Do you think if LeBron James stays with the Lakers for another year or two, along with Anthony Davis and Trey Young, it definitely would bring them closer to winning a championship? It seems plausible, right? Having LeBron, a reliable scorer, and someone capable of making crucial plays would be a huge asset. Trey could fill in when LeBron takes breaks, which reduces concerns. Pairing Trey with Anthony Davis would also make them a formidable duo in the pick and roll, and even if Jared Vanderbilt starts, it wouldn't be a weakness because with Trey, LeBron, and AD, they could easily score 100 points per game. Therefore, you wouldn't have to worry about someone like him who lacks some offensive skills. Ideally, having a solid 3-and-D player alongside Trey, someone similar to Vanderbilt, LeBron, and AD, would be great, and Royce O'Neal comes to mind. But any player fitting that mold, a strong defender who can shoot, even if they're not top tier, would be a valuable addition. Like, I wouldn't even mind like a Torrey Craig or something, where he's like, you know, he's not elite, he's more of a bench guy, but is a legit 3-and-D guy. And he actually was very good defensively this past season. So it's something like that where it's like, okay, now you can kind of make up defensively for what Trey Young doesn't provide. My big concern is just fit, right? Trey Young is again one of the most high usage players in the league. He's one of the highest usage players ever. And if you're playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, I don't think he's going to be able to dominate the ball as much as he's accustomed to. But LeBron does seem more open to playing off the ball lately, and perhaps he'd be even more alongside Trae. But playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis means recognizing they're better than him. And he's really never been in that situation like that throughout his young career. He'd need to defer and adapt his game accordingly. So while I'm not dismissing the possibility outright, there are certainly concerns about how they'd mesh. But at the end of the day, Bron can adapt to and make any teammate better. Alright, now I want to move on from rambling about Trey Young and the upcoming offseason because the Lakers still have a chance to make a playoff push and some of the role players around LeBron are really starting to blossom. And the funny thing is that it feels like it happened right after LeBron made the tweet before the trade deadline. It's like that woke everyone up. So right now, the Lakers are the 9th seed in the West, and for as close as they are to being out of the playoffs, they are just as close to being the 6th seed and avoiding the play-in tournament entirely. But they're really going to have to get hot in the home stretch of the season. It was kind of crazy to me how much national attention the LeBron to Warriors trade rumors got, because to me, it's pretty obvious LeBron chooses where he goes and when he goes there. And he had no intentions of leaving Los Angeles. But again, I gotta remember that the media is gonna literally talk about anything that comes up with those two teams, like literally anything. And LeBron just recently announced that he wants to end his career as a Laker. He said, "I am a Laker and I'm happy, and I've been very happy being a Laker the last 6 years, and hopefully it stays that way." James said, "But I don't have the answer to how long it is or which uniform I'll be in. Hopefully it is with the Lakers. It's a great organization, so many greats, but we'll see." James arrived at All-Star Weekend on Sunday rather than Saturday like the rest of the All-Stars because he was seeking treatment on his left ankle that caused him to sit out LA's last game before the break. A 138-122 win over the Utah Jazz on Wednesday. "Trying to get my ankle as strong and as back to where I feel confident that I could finish off the last third of the season," James said. "I won't be playing the entire game tonight for sure. I can get out there and run with some of the young guys for a little bit and then shut it down at some point to give my body and my ankle, more importantly, another opportunity to rest." But yeah, overall, I think the Lakers are pretty set where they are right now, and if healthy, I think they have a chance to do something, but the window is definitely closing. But in 2020, in the bubble, they were pretty much in the exact same situation and got hot at the right time. So who knows if that can be the case this year. That's really all I got for this one. I wanted to try to do more of a podcast style for this video, so let me know if you enjoyed, and also what you would like to see next, now that we officially are at the home stretch of the NBA season. Also, follow my Instagram, because I'm starting to post tons of cool sports content on there, and until next time, I will see you all later.